Come on, man. High quality. Good afternoon. I'm Daniel Sansky, the Executive Director of the Delaware STEM Council, and it's my pleasure to welcome you all to the 11th running of the Delaware STEM Educator Awards. Today, we gather to honor and celebrate the remarkable educators and students across Delaware who are embracing innovation in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, bringing these disciplines to life both in the classroom and beyond. The STEM Educator Awards are also an extension of an ongoing partnership between the Delaware STEM Council and the Delaware Foundation for Science and Mathematics Education, or DFSME. Together, these organizations work to strengthen STEM education and prepare Delaware students to be informed citizens and competitive in the global workforce. During tonight's ceremony, you will hear remarks about the importance of a thriving STEM community, followed by presentations of winners and their cash awards. Throughout the evening, state dignitaries and representatives from other companies will share their thoughts on the critical influence of STEM education via video and in person. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce Carol Marie Brown, who is the Vice President, Corporate Affairs, Global Marketing, Brand and Business Communications for Ashland. Carol Marie.
Thank you, Daniel. Good afternoon, everyone. It is a pleasure to join you once again for the 11th Delaware STEM Educators Awards. Tonight, we honor the educators who have influenced generations through innovative concepts and approaches in science, technology, engineering, and math. We are thrilled to recognize these exceptional individuals and teams who are empowering future scientists, engineers, doctors, coders, and other STEM professionals. As an additives and specialty ingredients company, Ashland recognizes that STEM education is the foundation for tomorrow's workforce. By nurturing diverse talent in our classrooms, we encourage students from all backgrounds to explore STEM, building a strong pipeline for future innovators. A workforce shaped by this diversity brings fresh perspectives and creative solutions to the challenges facing our industries and communities today and tomorrow. The Delaware STEM Educator Awards spotlight voices that will make an impact for years to come. We are pleased to continue our sponsorship with the other corporate partners with us here today. At Ashland, our purpose is to responsibly solve for a better world. The amazing educators in this room today join us in our mission, improving the world by empowering one student at a time. You work tirelessly to spark interest and nurture curiosity, to create future solvers of the world's most pressing issues, many of which go beyond what we already know today. And we are grateful for your contributions. Tonight's ceremony will last about 2 hours. It will include awards presentations, remarks by elected officials, corporate sponsors, and more, demonstrating the importance of STEM right here in Delaware. The awards recognize a teacher or team of teachers at the elementary, middle, and high school levels of traditional schools and community programs that demonstrate STEM innovation and excellence through teaching, academic collaboration, and student engagement. 3 unrestricted cash awards of up to $7,500 will be given to each first place winning teacher or team of teachers. The Delaware STEM Council's 3 goals and DFSME's STEM education definition are the basis for the preliminary evaluation of exemplary STEM practices in the classroom. The STEM Council's goals are to expand the number of Delaware students who ultimately pursue advanced degrees and careers in STEM fields and broaden the participation of women and minorities in these fields. Expand the STEM-capable workforce to create, grow, and attract STEM-related businesses to Delaware, and to increase STEM literacy for all Delaware students, including those who pursue non-STEM related careers, yet need STEM skills. Instead of continuing with my remarks, I'd like to spotlight some of the Delaware STEM educators that were last year's awards winners, so you can hear in their own words the transformative impact of STEM-driven education.
To problem solve and communicate efficiently, and that so other people can understand us.
I teach from a problem-based perspective and really get students to solve their own problems and explain their own thinking. They just get so excited. They tell me, like, I get it. I made my own formula and it works.
I teach high school mathematics, grades 9 through 12, geometry, and calculus.
I teach design engineering, and my favorite part about it is when I see a kid come up with an idea and put it into testing and see that it works and solves a problem. That's the best part.
I teach mainly juniors and seniors with a few 10th graders in my classroom as well. Pre-calculus, AP Calculus, AB, and the dual enrollment trig class with Delaware State University.
Kids have just this natural curiosity. They want to discover and explore and figure things out for themselves. So I think kindergarten is absolutely not too young.
Actually, the kids were able to experience the code through robots, and they would go through mazes.
At the time of the award, we partnered with 6 libraries thanks to the award, and then what that allowed us to do was extend our reach. So now we're currently partnering with 10 public libraries in Kent and Sussex County.
It's grown so much more than I could have ever imagined. So every single time that I impact even one more girl, I get to go to one more school, continuing to empower and engage these little girls in STEM.
Planting that seed as early as possible is important.
I wanted to be that role model for somebody else in the future.
Started last year with 6 students. This year I had over 29 students sign up for the club.
Connecting ideas that these kids are interested in, their eyes light up.
It was the ability to see the power of hands-on learning.
There's just always something new to learn, and I love that.
Now please join me in welcoming tonight's co-host, Veer Archibald, Experimental Station Site Leader from DuPont.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Carol Marie. I'm thrilled and proud that DuPont continues to invest in science and technology in Delaware by sponsoring events like this one. Our sponsorship builds on DuPont's lasting support of increasing access to STEM education programs that provide hands-on, inquiry-based learning in elementary to postdoctoral classrooms. We are committed to building the next generation of innovators. It is a privilege to introduce Delaware's Secretary of Agriculture, Don Clifton, a leader whose deep roots in farming have shaped decades of agricultural progress. With over 45 years of experience as a multi-generational farmer and food processor, Don brings unmatched insight and dedication to his role. He's president of Clifton Farms, former executive director of the Delaware Farm Bureau, the chairman of the Governor's Council on Agriculture. Please join me in welcoming a true steward of Delaware's agriculture, Don Clifton.
Thank you very much. Thank you, I appreciate that. It is extremely good to be here with you today. I come to you not as an educator, but as a consumer of all the things that educators have taught scientists, folks that are in technology, engineering, and mathematics over my whole lifetime. Agriculture, and I've been a farmer for over 45 years, many of you are probably aware of how much agriculture depends upon science and technology. It's our life. We don't think about it all that often. It's the daily activity for us, but it's critical. And I'm glad to be here to celebrate what it is that all the educators do, and all the things that the students eventually accomplish. In addition to the introductory, wonderful introductory information, I was also, I had the pleasure and honor of having appointments in the USDA during the Obama administration, and previous to that, the Clinton administration. I gained a lot of experience in policy, writing policy, and I think sometimes when we think about innovation, I recognize that there needs to be a lot of consideration and innovation in government policy and funding. We seem to have lost our way in terms of how to collaborate on those types of issues. And we need folks to focus on those things somewhat. The past 100 years have been astounding. In my father's lifetime, he was born in 1932, passed away in 2021. As a boy, he cultivated beans with mules. By the end of his life, he witnessed GPS-guided tractors and harvesters with hands-off steering and data collection capabilities that assist farmers with many decision-making tasks like fertilization, seed selection, budgeting, and crop rotation. That's an astounding arc of one man's lifetime, from mules to GPS-guided equipment. During my lifetime, I have many experiences as a STEM consumer, as well as having shared many of my father's. Early in my career, when I was a kid, we had first just started using herbicides, the first crop protection chemicals. One of the first that we used, which I remember the brand name was Pre-Merge, which was a dinitro product applied at the rate of 3 gallons per acre. That didn't include the water. That was just the material. Now, some herbicides today are applied at fractions of an ounce per acre. So what we've achieved is enhanced safety for the applicators, the environment, the crops, and consumers, all through advancements in science and technology. And now we're seeing application methods that are improving. Some of my friends who are in the crop dusting business, the applicators who swoop down over your house and over the power lines, etc., they're beginning to use drones that don't that apply the pesticides or herbicides within the field boundary and never have to intrude on the residents, the nearby residents. So it's much more resident friendly in an atmosphere where we have more development encroaching on our farm fields all the time. So it's a friendly innovation. And so there's less concern from the neighbors, but it's overall, it's enhancing their sense of safety and their actual safety. So where does the innovation come from? It comes from people like you who are not satisfied with the status quo. People like you who understand that what we currently know and how we produce today are not the best that human beings can attain. People like you are asking the what-if questions, seeking the optimum. The pace of change is bewildering for many of us, even frustrating. Can anybody tell me how to get rid of the co-pilot when I try to type something? Does anybody else have that frustration? Just let me do it, okay? Along with the uncertainty of what STEM and AI will present, those of us counted in the consumer ranks, it must be quite daunting for those of you living and working on the inside. I read a book a few years ago titled Think Again by Adam Grant. You may be familiar with his work. He is a best-selling author and organizational psychologist at the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania. He recently shared advice for future-proofing your career while speaking at WOBI's, W-O-B-I, World Business Forum in New York City. WOBI, I didn't know what WOBI stood for, but it's World of Business Ideas. So Adam Grant said, for those of you who are thinking about how to future-proof your career or how to make your company more resilient in a time of chaos and crisis, I know of no better advice than to think like a scientist, he said. By that, he means recognizing every opinion you hold in your job is just a hypothesis waiting to be tested. It might have been true in the past, but it may not hold in the present. And that goes back to his themes in the book, Think Again. It might have been true in one environment, but it doesn't apply to the current environment you're in or to the future you're about to confront. 3 types of thinking that he says we should avoid. Grant said leaders frequently fall into one of 3 camps based on their mindsets: preacher, prosecutor, or politician. He's not referring to people in those professions, of course, but to people whose modes of thinking resemble those. A preacher, for example, is basically proselytizing their own views. A prosecutor, meanwhile, is attacking someone else's views. And the leaders he likens to politicians don't even bother to listen unless other people already agree with their views. On the other hand, leaders who think like scientists don't conflate their ideas with their identity. So they're not afraid to be wrong. They learn from their mistakes and change course as needed. Good scientists are as motivated to look for reasons why they might be wrong as opposed to just looking for reasons why they must be right. They have the humility to know what they don't know. And I say that to my staff all the time when we're confronted with, well, people who disagree with us. I say they don't know what they don't know. And you find that quite often. It's not that we're right. We just think we're right. Maybe we don't know what we don't know. But it takes an open mind to admit that you may not know. They have the humility to know what they don't know and the curiosity to keep seeking knowledge. And we have a growing body of evidence that if we teach people to think more like scientists, they actually make better choices. With these leaders, employees feel empowered to speak up and experiment with new ideas. If you learn to think like a scientist, you end up building a learning culture where people say, hey, we don't know if this is going to work yet, but we think it's worth piloting. And then you get a chance to see the potential in people and ideas. And that's the world that educators are building day in and day out. And that's the world we need. A writer by the name of Leo Tolstoy, who is rumored to have written a few books, said the most difficult subjects can be explained to the most slow-witted man if he has not formed any idea of them already. But the simplest thing cannot be made clear to the most intelligent man if he is firmly persuaded that he knows already, without a shadow of a doubt, what is laid before him. And I also, so what you all are producing in terms as educators are critical to what we apply as farmers, as practitioners of the craft. It's essential, and I can't emphasize it enough. And it's I wish I could stay to watch the awardees receive their awards, but I've got to be in Dagsboro in about an hour, so I beg your forgiveness for not sticking around. But I also want to say that I really appreciate the emphasis on diversity and equality and opportunity. You know, we seem to have retreated in some ways, and the acronym DEI has been used more frequently as an epithet as opposed to, and I'm sure there's some that do use it as an epithet, don't even know the words that are in the acronym, you know? But an observation that I have about DEI is that diversity is a fact. Diversity is a fact in the United States of America. Equity is a goal. It is the goal for the activities that we share. And inclusion is the pathway. Inclusion is the pathway. So I want to applaud you in your emphasis on that. And I want to thank you once again for inviting me here to speak and give you the perspective from a layman's viewpoint and a consumer of STEM. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Don, for those insightful words. Before we continue with messages from our elected officials, I wanted to take a moment to thank the various businesses and partners that made tonight possible, featured on this slide. Tonight's sponsors include Ashland, DuPont, Agilent, Montier, Labware, the Delaware chapter of the American Chemical Society, Croda, Insight, Autumn Arch, Bloom Energy, and Walmart. Tonight's gathering also brings together a diverse group of partners from across Delaware, including government agencies, educational institutions, and community organizations, Represented entities include the Delaware Department of Education, Buena Vista, the Governor's Office, the University of Delaware, DENREC, Delaware Pathways, the Delaware Math Coalition, the Division of Libraries, and the Delaware Science Coalition. Now please join me in watching an address from U.S. Senator Chris Coons.
Thank you to Daniel Suchensky, the Delaware STEM Council, and the Delaware Foundation for Science and Mathematics Education for once again bringing us together to celebrate Delaware STEM educators. It's my honor to welcome all of you and congratulate all the participants for the recognition they've earned. This is the 11th annual Delaware STEM Educator Awards, and each year this event reminds us that great teachers are the foundation of Delaware's future. You're the ones sparking curiosity, creativity, and confidence in our students. You prepare them, not just for the jobs of today, but for the innovations and jobs of tomorrow. Delaware's future depends on the work you do in classrooms, in labs, and in maker spaces across our state to inspire the next generation of engineers, scientists, and entrepreneurs. I'm proud to support that work through my efforts in Washington to expand STEM opportunities and strengthen America's workforce. So to Daniel and everyone who makes this celebration possible, thanks for recognizing these outstanding educators. And to all the nominees and awardees, congratulations. And thank you for everything you're doing to light the path forward for Delaware students. Have a wonderful evening, and congratulations on 11 great years of honoring excellence in STEM education.
And now it's time to recognize this year's winners. The first winner of the 11th Delaware STEM Educator Awards is for the elementary school level. This award goes to Maria Cobb from the Brandywine School District. Maria is a third grade teacher at Mount Pleasant Elementary in Wilmington. Her classroom focuses on inquiry-based STEM learning, technology integration, and global projects that include her Guyanese heritage. Congratulations, Maria.
Okay, wow, I didn't know that I won. So I'm deeply grateful to be here tonight as a finalist or as a recipient of this Delaware STEM Educator Award. My work is fueled by my students, their natural curiosity and love for learning, and they remind me every single day that STEM is not just a subject. It is a way of thinking. It encourages risk-taking, collaboration, and understanding that mistakes often lead to discoveries. STEM at Mount Pleasant is vibrant and alive. While I may only teach third grade, my STEM initiatives ripple across the school, mentoring first graders, supporting colleagues, and sharing lessons that spark curiosity throughout the entire school. I have developed a cross-grade STEM mentorship where my third graders guide first graders through reading buddies and collaborative STEM challenges. Beyond our school walls, I strive to make STEM accessible to students and teachers across the district. Through my science website and lessons on YouTube, I provide resources that allow students to explore STEM anytime, extending the joy of discovery far beyond my own classroom. Building on this excitement, I'm really thrilled to be leading our first annual STEM night for Mount Pleasant Elementary, where over 700 students, grades K to 5, will be able to experience STEM and see themselves as thinkers, builders, and problem solvers. And they will begin to believe that STEM futures are possible later. Tonight's recognition is really an incredible honor, but it's not about me. It's about the kids, and it's about all kids across the entire school. The students who come ready every single day to explore the unknown. It highlights how essential early STEM experiences are, starting in the elementary level, for all learners who crave challenge, creativity, and deeper thinking. I just want to say thank you to the Delaware STEM Committee, the district science leaders, and my principal, my husband, and my late mother for my inspiration to become a teacher. And she believed in me long before I believed in myself. I carry her with me in everything that I do. To my students, keep asking questions, keep building, keep imagining what's possible, because the future is bright. STEM is bright because it is in your hands. And thank you for this honor.
Maria Cobb has taught third grade at Mount Pleasant Elementary School in Wilmington since 2009 and has earned awards including the science recipient of the Presidential Award for Excellence in Mathematics and Science Teaching and the Mount Pleasant Elementary Teacher of the Year, both in 2022. Her classroom focuses on inquiry-based STEM learning, technology integration, and global projects that include her Guyanese heritage. She creates inclusive STEM projects for all students, connects science to literature, and secures funding for field trips to ensure equity. Her classroom serves gifted third graders. Maria uses gifted education models and advanced math curricula that challenges students to think flexibly and solve complex problems. For example, students build Rube Goldberg machines to learn about forces, design magnetic levitation trains, and create arcade games from recyclables, all fostering teamwork and iterative design. A school tradition Maria leads is the annual owl pellet dissection, where students act as ornithologists, dissecting pellets, identifying remains, and reconstructing food webs. This builds STEM skills and scientific reasoning and is now taught to all third grade classrooms. Maria's students participated in geology investigations, researching and testing rock samples, and sharing findings through posters. Although not part of the curriculum today, it remains a model of inquiry-based STEM learning. Maria extends learning through the parallel curriculum model. In the Natural Disasters Unit, students study hurricanes, earthquakes, and volcanoes, taking on roles as scientists, victims, or relief workers, which promotes teamwork and perspective-taking. The Natural Disasters Choice Board allows students to create projects like green screen newscasts or hurricane preparedness pamphlets. Maria creates new STEM projects for all third graders. For example, in the Bird Research Project, students use Google Slides to study bird species and explain how physical traits support survival. As a co-coordinator and coach for Odyssey of the Mind, a program focused on STEM problem solving and creativity, she forms diverse teams so students can access authentic STEM challenges. Maria is dedicated to sparking curiosity, critical thinking, and love of learning in her students, which leads to outstanding student growth and achievement.
And now we would like to recognize the second place winner for the elementary school category. Join me in congratulating Eric Krause from Nellie Hughes Stokes Elementary School, located in Dover and part of the Caesar Rodney School District. Eric is the Related Arts and STEM teacher, where he teaches STEM and computer science to all students. Congratulations, Eric.
Hi, Mom, Dad. Thank you so much, everybody, for this opportunity. I'm honored to be presented with this award. Thank you to the committee and everybody that took the time to vote and read all of our essays. Thanks to my wife, Becca, for putting up with endless ideas and sleepless nights of me throwing things at the wall, see if it'll stick. Mike Kioski from W.B. Simpson for hiring me years ago and taking a chance on somebody that I'm sure was not on the top of the list in the interview process. And also getting me involved with Odyssey of the Mind. Laura Wright, who was the librarian at Stokes Elementary School before I became a librarian at that school, and who pushed me to become part of our little coding club that we started in 2019. Freeman Williams III and Carrie Carr, principals at Nellie Stokes Elementary School, Kerry Bush, and the entire Cesar Rodney District office. When I became a teacher, STEM was never on my radar. I was more, let's do the reading, the writing, arithmetic. But then I realized through Odyssey of the Mind that there was so much more and so much more potential that these kids had. There just weren't a lot of outlets for them. Fast forward to 2019 when the librarian asked me to become part of the coding club. And shocker, neither of us knew what we were doing. We had a few robots and about 18 students that were interested in doing this. In 2022, I attended the DFSME CS4DE, not DFSME, I'm sorry, the CS4DE training up in the University of Delaware, which was a life-changing experience for me, which put me kind of where I am today. Our little engine that could, little club, our coding club with 18 kids, we needed to find a way to get more kids involved, especially since our school was very much an MLL school. And we had a lot of kids that wanted to be part of it, but did not have access to get to or from. And Freeman Williams, our principal at the time, was able to find money for us to get transportation, and our numbers built up to about 30 kids. As we kept moving on, word spread about this little club, and my passion for STEM started growing even more. And the passion for the kids to do something more grew in them. I knew we had something when I would get letters before I even got home from school. I'd get emails before I got home from school from parents saying, hey, how can my kid get involved? And that kind of led me to trying to do something more. And thankfully, I have an administrator like Carrie Carr who saw the same vision and saw the passion that I have. And now today, in 2025, every single student in Nellie Stokes Elementary School is receiving STEM education once a week in our STEMbrary. So my job, hopefully, is not done yet. We got our little piece of heaven here at Stokes Elementary School, and now it's time to get everybody else involved. Thank you.
Congratulations, Maria and Eric. Now let's take a look at a video that discusses how DuPont provides the world with essential innovations to thrive.
We believe now is the most important moment. This moment, right now, is the beginning of our future. Because it's not the there and then, but the here and now that matters most. If we focus enough on now, we can create a better life, a better world, for all of us and the generations that follow. And that's why we work so hard every day. We transform what could be into what is. We're fearless optimists, thinkers and doers, unafraid of taking on the biggest challenges and rolling up our sleeves to make the impossible possible. Wherever you live, we're there, working side by side with our customers in electronics, water, protection, industrial technologies, and next-generation automotive. We've always been focused on improving everyday life, and we're doing it better today than ever before. And right now, we're protecting people when they need it most, connecting people when it matters most, and helping people live a better now. We're working around the world with our partners and in our communities. Together, we empower the world with the essential innovations to thrive.
So moving on to middle school, the STEM Educator Award goes to Nicole Carroll. Nicole teaches 6th grade computer applications as well as 7th and 8th grade agricultural science at Stanton Middle School in Wilmington. Nicole, please join us and accept your award.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I would like to take a moment and thank my school district, my family, and my principal and administration. Starting an agricultural program at Stanton Middle School 3 years ago Many people thought maybe that was a risk for red clay. This was an opportunity for our students. A true opportunity that I saw many years ago when I first started teaching in New Jersey. I've been teaching agriculture education for many years, and this new opportunity for our red clay students not only touches agriculture, but it intertwines STEM in their lives every single day. In 6th grade, I could teach computer applications with another individual. So all of our 6th grade students have the ability to have computer applications throughout their whole course of the year. In 7th and 8th grade, the students are in the CTE classes, and we not only connect them to industry representatives, we also connect them to University of Delaware. My school this year is going to be the first school in middle school that is connected to University of Delaware to increase our STEM education in the initiative to be able to connect students of a diverse background, all students, to the opportunities that they can have for STEM education and agriculture education in middle school, and also connect them to our high school pathways. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Nicole Carroll teaches 6th grade computer applications as well as 7th and 8th grade agricultural science at Stanton Middle School in Wilmington. Since 2023, she has led the district's only middle school career and technical education, that is CTE, agri-science program. Previously, she taught at Immaculate Heart of Mary School and spent 16 years at Cumberland Regional High School in New Jersey, where she developed a nationally recognized agricultural science curriculum for grades 9 through 12. Stanton Middle School serves 500 to 700 students annually in the Red Clay Consolidated School District. All 6th graders take computer applications, learning typing, Google Suite, coding, and cybersecurity. In 7th and 8th grade, students use these skills in Exploring Agri-Science, a cross-curricular program focusing on career pathways. This program covers local and global agriculture and addresses technological and environmental challenges through the Future Farmers of America, abbreviated FFA, club. Exploring Agri-Science integrates STEM through agriculture-based projects following a 3-component model: classroom instruction, FFA participation, and experimental learning. Students apply knowledge to real-world problems, participate in career development events, and engage in community projects. One highlight is the hydroponics unit. Students germinate seeds and then use vertical towers to grow the plants, monitoring growth and collecting data. They harvest and package produce for the community, combining science, technology, math, and engineering. Food science is another STEM avenue. Ms. Carroll collects uneaten fruit from lunches for the classroom, where students weigh, record data, and experiment with dehydration. They taste the results or use them for floriculture projects, learning about data analysis and food preservation. The floriculture unit blends creativity with STEM problem solving. Students collect seeds from donated pumpkins, carve them, and design floral centerpieces using seasonal materials. They study local plants, plan arrangements, track costs, and discuss profit and sustainability. FFA offers leadership and career exposure. At the 2025 Delaware FFA State Convention, 13 Stanton students attended the career show, the school's first participation. Students also serve as ambassadors during the CTE Speaker Day, connecting with professionals from all 16 career clusters. These experiences help Stanton's diverse students develop STEM skills and understand the life cycle of agricultural products. The impact goes beyond academics. Students see their role in the community and their ability to shape the future.
Before we announce the next award, let's hear from the Delaware section of the American Chemical Society.
These beads could offer a whole new approach to weight loss, using simple, edible chemistry instead of surgery or drugs. Researchers tested the beads in rodents by feeding them a high-fat diet with or without the microbeads. Rodents that consumed the beads lost 17% of their body weight and had lower amounts of fat tissue. The researchers combined a polyphenol from green tea with vitamin E to form nanocages with hydrophobic interiors. Then they suspended these nanocages in a porous, seaweed-derived polymer to protect them from stomach acid. The beads expand and absorb fat particles in your gut, preventing that fat from being digested. Compared to current weight loss treatments, microbeads could offer a less invasive way for people to manage their weight. This research is being presented at ACS Fall 2025, a meeting of the American Chemical Society.
Now it's my privilege to introduce one of the first place winners of the high school category. Congratulations to Michelle Thomas. Michelle Thomas has taught chemistry and dual enrollment anatomy and physiology at Sussex Technical High School since 2012. She's an 8-time Delaware Science Olympiad Coach of the Year and mentors the school's Scientific Journal Club.
Oh my gosh, I'm so honored to receive this prestigious award and amazed by all the work that you all do. But really, it's my students that I work with every day, and I was working with them today who really, their curiosity, their perseverance, they were slicing planaria in half, and one girl's like, my planaria sliced 4 different ways. Their perseverance that really drives me to work with them and to make everything work for them. I feel so grateful and thankful to be a teacher in the state of Delaware with a fantastic organization like this, and I thank you for your support. I have felt your support for many years when I've applied for many grants and everything like that, and so I'm very grateful. So thank you so much. Amazing.
Michelle Thomas has taught chemistry and dual enrollment anatomy and physiology at Sussex Technical High School since 2012. She is an 8-time Delaware Science Olympiad Coach of the Year and mentors the school's Science Journal Club. The club is a dynamic, student-led group where students engage in research and scientific investigations. It provides a collaborative space to critically read and discuss current research, especially in medicine and science, helping students develop presentation skills and participate in meaningful conversations without the pressure of grades. A unique feature of the club is its partnership with scientists from the Van Andel Institute in Michigan. The club meets bi-weekly after school and holds monthly sessions with the Institute scientists, where students learn about scientific careers and are paired with postdoctoral mentors. These mentors guide students through research discussions, focusing on evaluating the validity and reliability of published claims. Students independently search scientific literature and bring articles to discuss. With guidance, they identify variables and design experiments, learning to formulate and evaluate testable questions for science fair projects. These projects culminate in presentations at local science fairs and at the Van Andel Education Institute's High School Journal Club each spring. This regional event includes the Institute's staff and students from high school journal clubs across the Northeast. For instance, last year, a student partnered with the University of Delaware to study pesticide use on a beetle found in chicken litter that is known to spread diseases between flocks. Her work earned first place in agriculture for the 2024 Delaware BioGenius Challenge. The club's approach prepares students for academic research and shows how math, science, and engineering connect to solve real-world problems. Every club participant has gone on to pursue a STEM degree in college.
Now join me in recognizing the second place winner, Matthew Percarella. Matthew has taught physics and chemistry to grades 10 through 12 at St. George's Technical High School since 2014, where he designed and implemented the school's STEM curriculum. Congratulations, Matthew.
Oh, wow. It's great to be here. This is a great event. I wrote my speech, and I don't know if I can read it because I'm just watching these videos and my head's going 100 miles an hour of things I need to do better. But I want to thank you to the Delaware STEM Council, DFSME, our sponsors, and everyone who made this possible today. It is an honor to stand here among so many incredible educators who are doing transformative work across our state. I'm grateful for this recognition and even more grateful for the chance to share this work with our students every single day at St. George's. At our school, STEM isn't something that happens during a lab period or a project or a week. It's a lived experience with our students every single day. They come from diverse backgrounds, languages, and have many career goals. Many of our students plan to go in fields like construction, auto tech, EMS, and healthcare. My role is to make physics and chemistry feel real, relevant, and empowering every learner, whether they see themselves as a science person or not. Our approach is simple. Students learn science by doing science and engineering every day. Every unit begins with real-world projects like bridges, boats, or building flashlights, and we redesign those projects throughout to make them better throughout the units. I want to acknowledge the St. George's community, specifically Shanta Reynolds and Dustin Creighton at District, Justin Comerges, Frank Hansen, and Brian Mitchell at the school level, who gave me the flexibility and ability to achieve my goals. I also want to thank my students, past and present. Your creativity, your persistence, and your willingness to embrace the engineering cycle are the reasons I love this profession. I also want to thank my colleagues and my mentors who share ideas, challenge my thinking, collaborate, making STEM more accessible and more rigorous. Delaware is strengthened by educators who believe in the innovation, career-connected learning, and equity. Finally, I want to express my gratitude to my wonderful wife, who was always there for listening to my ideas, helping with projects, and understanding the late nights, early mornings, and constant tinkering that comes with teaching. This award is very meaningful to me, and I look forward to being able to pursue more of my dreams in the future. Thank you.
Matthew Pecorella has taught physics and chemistry to grades 10 through 12 at St. George's Technical High School since 2014, where he designed and implemented the school's STEM curriculum. Previously, he taught AP and honors science courses at John Dickinson High School. He also mentors new science and CTE teachers across the Newcastle County Vocational Technical School District. Matthew's approach makes rigorous STEM accessible to all students, connecting real phenomena to practical futures. At St. George's, students from diverse backgrounds and career paths, such as construction, health, and auto, engage in units that blend engineering design, trade applications, and literacy supports. Each project moves physics and chemistry from abstract concepts to hands-on work. Units begin with an anchoring phenomena and a driving question, such as how can I build a car driven by a mousetrap? Students ask questions, model systems, collect and interpret data, and construct explanations using scientific reasoning. Examples include the Dream Room project, where students design their ideal room, applying math, including unit conversions, scale, area, and trigonometry, to solve real layout and budget problems. The Mousetrap Car, where teams build and test cars driven by mousetraps, analyzing friction, torque, and velocity through data tables and graphs. The Bridge Design Project, where students sketch, build, and test bridges, analyzing failure points and proposing improvements. The Electric Boat Project, where learners build boats, test speed, stability, and robustness, and analyze design choices. And the Rube Goldberg machine, where teams design multi-step machines to do simple operations, document failures, and justify design adjustments. All these projects mirror shop workflows, that is, plan to build, to test, to analyze, to improve, to plan, etc., and use industry quality assurance languages. Students develop habits of safety, documentation, and clarity, essential for technical careers. The curriculum piloted at St. George's is set for broader district adoption, with a mission to keep STEM hands-on, equitable, and career-connected. Every student, whether headed to the trades or the university, leaves saying, "I can do this, and I can prove it."
Now please join me in watching an address from U.S. Senator Lisa Blunt Rochester.
Good evening. Thank you to the Delaware Foundation for Science and Mathematics Education and the Delaware STEM Council for hosting tonight's event. Thank you also to tonight's sponsors for supporting our incredible STEM educators. And most importantly, thank you to our teachers. Delaware is on the cutting edge of innovation, and we have you, our educators, to thank for it. You inspire the bright young minds of the future. You instill newfound passion for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics in and out of the classroom. And you are guiding lights for the next generation of STEM leaders in our workforce, future doctors, scientists, engineers, and astronauts. Delaware's young people look to you, and you deliver. And that's what tonight is all about, celebrating you. I know we're in challenging times in this moment in our country and for our nation's education system. But I hope you know that in me, you have a champion. As a member of the Senate Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee, I am working hard to advocate for the issues that matter most to you, our educators. And I bring your stories, your successes, your challenges, your passion, and your work with me each and every day to our nation's capital. So here's to you, the first state's STEM educators. Congratulations to this year's winners, and enjoy your evening.
Now we're pleased to welcome Warren Potts from Agilent Technologies, one of our valued sponsors. Warren is Vice President and General Manager of the Gas Phase Division at Agilent. Over the last 20 years, he has been leading and transforming teams as a sales and marketing executive. Warren is deeply committed to advancing cutting-edge science, and he regards sustainability as a central part of his professional mission. Through his leadership, Warren strives to ensure that Agilent's growth is aligned with the goal of making the world a better place for future generations. Please join me in welcoming Warren Potts. After Warren's talk, we will watch a video highlighting Agilent's mission. Warren?
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. It's an honor to join you at the 11th Delaware STEM Educator Awards. Some exciting things were shown tonight. And on behalf of Agilent Technologies, I want to thank the Delaware STEM Council, DFSME, and most importantly, all the educators here tonight. Your dedication is shaping the future workforce and inspiring the next generation of innovators. At Agilent, you heard a little bit already, our mission is simply to advance the quality of life. That's a big ask, but it starts with people in this room. We do this by innovative tools to researchers that are focused on food safety, delivering clean water, or discovering new therapies for complex diseases. And none of this is possible without education, specifically STEM education. It's the foundation for solving the most pressing challenges that we face globally. And teachers are the catalysts, igniting curiosity and confidence in young minds. And we heard that curiosity, making sure that curiosity is fed. Agilent's Little Falls site, which is just down the road, is proud to call Delaware home. Out of approximately 18,000 employees worldwide, more than 900 work at the Little Falls site, and we have 150 colleagues in the Newport site, making Agilent one of Delaware's 50 largest employers. This year, we're thrilled to be a bronze sponsor, a reflection of our deep commitment to this community. Over the past years, we've partnered with schools and organizations to bring STEM to life. And a few examples, in partnership with DFSME, on October 10th, we were honored to co-host STEM Connected Day at our Little Falls site, where 30 educators explored real-world applications of science and technology. We've partnered with toured our manufacturing floor and engaged with Agilent engineers. Partnering with the Delaware State University earlier this September to open a $20 million Agilent hub for agriculture innovation and extension, providing $5 million in scholarships as well as donating cutting-edge technology, creating opportunities for underrepresented students in STEM. Another example is welcoming a group of students from the Delaware Technical Community College for an immersive visit, including visiting our labs, having career discussions with our scientists and engineers. For the last couple of years, we supported the Junior Achievement of Delaware, Engineering Your Tomorrow by Million Women Mentors, STEM Goes Red by the American Heart Association, and STEAM Day at the Delaware Museum of Nature and Science. Agilent is proud to support events like these as a sponsor, but more importantly, our employees regularly use their volunteering time off to lead interactive demonstrations and hands-on activities to spark, again, curiosity in science and technology among young learners. These efforts are rooted in Agilent's core values of integrity, trust, respect, teamwork, accountability, and innovation. We believe diversity and inclusion are essential to progress. By investing in STEM education, we're not just preparing students for jobs, we're empowering them to solve global challenges and create a better future for all of us. Tonight we celebrate you, the educators who make STEM exciting and accessible. You are shaping the future innovators, scientists, the problem solvers to advance the quality of life. Agilent is honored to stand with you. Together, let's keep inspiring curiosity, fostering equity, and building a workforce ready to tackle the challenges ahead. Thank you, and congratulations to the awardees.
The Agilent site in Little Falls, Delaware is one of Agilent's mission-critical multi-purpose sites, with highly skilled personnel working across many departments vital to the delivery and service of the Agilent product line. Founded in 1992, this location has been a keystone of Agilent's mission to improve the human condition and bring great science to life through innovation and technical solutions.
We have a little over 350,000 square feet of mixed-use space, mostly consisting of offices, laboratories, and manufacturing. And we have a little over 800 employees affiliated with the site. What we have here is just an incredible diversity of talent in people's backgrounds and skills and in roles to service our customers and deliver those trusted answers for Agilent.
Little Falls houses liquid chromatography and gas chromatography manufacturing, R&D, marketing, field service engineers, training, both virtual and on-site, certified pre-owned products, instrument repair, customer service, and logistics. Little Falls plays a major role in sustaining growth and advances in science for Agilent.
No matter who you are, where you come from, what your background is, you have an opportunity to have a community and a career here at Little Falls and with Agilent.
Welcome back. It is now my honor to announce the Community Educator Awards. Congratulations to Deanna Bledsoe from Chi Coders. Deanna founded Chi Coders in 2021 after a distinguished career in Delaware state government, where she served as IT director in both the Department of Technology and Information and the Office of the State Treasurer. Great job, Deanna.
Aloha, everyone. Feels really great to be in a room with a bunch of STEM educators. It's very energetic in here, and STEM professionals. I'm really amazed to be here tonight. I appreciate it. It's really an honor. But I will say, I have my little speech. I'm grateful to accept this on behalf of our incredible community. That's the students, families, schools, and partners who believe that every child, no matter their zip code, deserves the chance to see themselves as a creator, as an innovator, and as a problem solver. At Kite Coders, we remind kids every day that computers are not the smart ones, that they are the smart ones. Whether they're coding games, whether they're wiring circuits, whether they're creating tech for good projects, what they're really learning is confidence, creativity, and kindness in our classes. I want to thank my husband, Mike, whose patience, support, and thoughtful perspective constantly push me to be better. And of course, my daughter, Alana Kai, who is my inspiration. I created Kai Coders as a program for her. As a former programmer myself and technologist, I wanted to create a computer science program that I would be proud of for her. And she's actually in one of my programs right now teaching. She's an 8th grader. She's helping out at one of my programs right now. And Kai Coders is named after her. Kai is the Hawaiian word for ocean. And just like the ocean, she reminds me that learning should be full of curiosity. We've heard that word so much today, that learning should be full of depth and endless possibilities. So this award is for every kid who's ever said, I didn't think I could do this, but I did. And for my team and every teacher who keeps asking why not and what if. So thank you so much for believing in what's possible when we lead with curiosity, when we lead with community, and when we lead with the spirit of aloha. Mahalo.
Deanna Bledsoe founded Kai Coders in 2021 after a distinguished career in Delaware state government, where she served as IT director in both the Department of Technology and Information and the Office of the State Treasurer. She has also coached Odyssey of the Mind teams for 7 years, guiding 4 state champions to the World Finals, including Delaware's first ever World Champion team in 2023. Kai Coders partners with schools and educational organizations to deliver accessible, high-quality tech education for children. The company's mission is to make STEM learning engaging and inclusive, especially for girls, students of color, multilingual learners, Title I schools, and neurodiverse students. Deanna's approach brings computer science out of the lab and into everyday life, guided by a why not and what if mindset. She encourages students to create projects that often surprise other educators and spark reactions like, they coded what? She incorporates a range of coding platforms, Scratch Junior, Scratch, and OctoStudio for beginners, and Python, HTML, and CSS for advanced learners. Scratch is a coding language with a simple visual interface that allows young people to create digital stories, games, and animations. OctoStudio is a version of Scratch that runs on a phone. She brings coding off the screen and into students' hands using tools like the Makey computer hardware interface, Arduino microprocessor boards, and Adafruit Circuit Express. Deanna's programs integrate science, technology, engineering, and math in ways that are authentic, collaborative, and community-driven. For example, Time to Talk, an assistive tech prototype, was inspired by the book Out of My Mind. 2 5th graders designed low-cost communication devices using Scratch, Makey, and recycled materials. They iterated their prototypes, tested circuits, refined logic, and presented their work at national competitions, demonstrating how STEM can address accessibility challenges and inspire inclusive innovation. Chez the Talking Robot was developed in the Code Mosaic after-school program, where underserved youth turned art into interactive Scratch projects, building robot prototypes that played music when touched. For the Smart Art Summer, Deanna created a life-size robot that students programmed to deliver inspirational messages in their own voices. By closing a circuit loop, the robot would speak when touched, showing that even young children can strip wires, make connections, and code practical projects. These examples show that when STEM disciplines are intentionally combined, students gain deeper understanding, develop problem-solving skills, and experience STEM as a creative, relevant force in their lives and communities.
And now let's hear from another one of our sponsors, Insight.
At Insight, the only thing tougher than the problems we're looking to solve are the people who have what it takes to see the job through. We don't need to look far for motivation, because every day we come to work, we do so knowing our researchers aren't the only ones looking for answers. The challenges we're up against are not new, but the answers that will lead to solving them will be. The type of answers that we're after will require sound science, but they will also demand much more. That is why at Insight, our adaptability is our greatest ability. Whatever the problem, whatever the challenge, no matter how complicated or intimidating, at Insight, we continue to solve on.
Congratulations, Deanna. Our second community winner is Junior Achievement. I'm going to ad-lib a little bit. This is a very special award for me. I've been a Junior Achievement volunteer myself for the past 10 years, and I'm an active member of their board, and so I know firsthand the incredible work that Junior Achievement of Delaware does. In 2024 to 2025, Junior Achievement Delaware delivered 27,000 experiences to some 20,000 K-12 students. Of these, 9,000 participated in Junior Achievement BizTown and Junior Achievement Finance Park simulations at the Wilmington Experiential Learning Center. Engage with Junior Achievement Pathways to Your Dreams Suites and app. Junior Achievement Worldwide was nominated for its 4th consecutive Nobel Peace Prize in 2025. This honor reflects Junior Achievement's transformative work in communities across the globe. Junior Achievement of Delaware serves Delaware, Salem County, New Jersey, and Cecil County, Maryland. Accepting on behalf of Junior Achievement is Rob Epps, and congratulations, Junior Achievement.
It's humbling to be in a room with such distinguished educators. At Junior Achievement, we work with hundreds of educators every year. We understand your commitment and the important work that you do. To stand among you is a privilege. I think the thing I most want to convey is, for those of you that might not know much about Junior Achievement, something that Randy Gushel recognized years and years ago when we first met when he was at DuPont and I had come back to JA. And that is the hands-on, inquiry-based, sometimes project-based approach of Junior Achievement, and how all the students that our work touches have the opportunity to approach learning in that way. Not all of them will be STEM inspired, but they will have those opportunities to learn in that fashion. In this particular project that we're being recognized for, the design is to help middle school students make better informed career pathway selection decisions for high school. And we work very closely with the Delaware Department of Education to make sure that young people who are underserved or may not get so much time with their school counselor to make career pathway selection decisions, that they have an engaging opportunity to learn the plethora of career pathways that are available to them. So we were given guidance by Denise Purnell Cuff and Orrin White and Jonathan Wickert that we should include very heavy dose of student voice, particularly the voices of Black and brown students, in the design of the physical spaces that the students engage in the design of the app that they interact with. And that experience literally changed my life as a manager and as a leader of a nonprofit organization in terms of looking for and utilizing the voices and input of the children that we serve. So just being able to share that with you is very meaningful to me, and I appreciate this and appreciate Veer being able to present it to me. That makes it extra special. Thank you all.
Junior Achievement Worldwide was nominated for its 4th consecutive Nobel Peace Prize in 2025. This honor reflects JA's transformative work in communities across the globe. Junior Achievement of Delaware serves Delaware, Salem County, New Jersey, and Cecil County, Maryland. Since 1919, and in Delaware since 1956, JA's hands-on approach and positive role models have shaped youth futures. In 2024-2025, Junior Achievement Delaware achieved over 27,000 experiences to some 20,000 K-12 students. Of these, 9,000 participated in the JA BizTown and JA Finance Park simulations at the Wilmington Experiential Learning Center, engaging with the JA Pathways to Your Dreams suite and applications. Historically, the development of these simulations was sponsored by the Longwood Foundation. It established dedicated software suites in JA BizTown and JA Finance Park for skill and interest assessments, helping students explore local career programs. The JA Innovation Hub, inspired by the DuPont CFO, rounded out the JA campus and encouraged career and STEM exploration. Students used interactive touchscreens to explore global hot topics, connect with local employers, and receive personalized career reports detailing job titles, salaries, education requirements, and recommended high school courses. The Innovation Hub won the MetLife Entrepreneurial Award, earning $25,000, and influenced future JA digital career tools nationwide. Starting in 2014, the Delaware Pathways to Employment Initiative prepares students for the workforce and helps them succeed in various industries. As Delaware Pathways grew, the Innovation Hub bridged gaps between college reforms and apprenticeships. Eventually, the hub was replaced with free online career assessments. The JA Pathways to Your Dreams software was created by JA Delaware in response to the Delaware Pathways. It was designed to accomplish everything that the JA Innovation Hub did, with updated technologies and a broader scope of potential careers, while emphasizing student voice and diversity. The new app reimagined career exploration around students' life goals, presenting 4 career pathways with program titles, median pay, and referrals to delawarepathway.org. JA Pathways to Your Dreams aims to increase the number of Delawareans, especially women and minorities, pursuing advanced STEM degrees and careers, expanding the STEM workforce, and attracting STEM businesses to Delaware.
Now, please join me in watching an address from Delaware's U.S. Congresswoman, Sarah McBride.
Good evening, educators. I'm sorry I can't be there in person, but I couldn't miss the chance to say thank you to the teachers, mentors, and innovators who are shaping Delaware's future every single day. The work of STEM educators is critical to Delaware's future and the future of our nation. You're teaching the next generation of coders, mathematicians, engineers, tech geniuses, and scientists. Your work nurtures knowledge, curiosity, resilience, and imagination. You're showing young people that failure isn't final. It's part of discovery. That challenges are the building blocks for our greatest successes. You're teaching how progress happens through trial, error, and the courage to keep going. In classrooms up and down our state, you're helping students think beyond limitation, to build, to question, and to innovate for success. That spirit of innovation is exactly what has driven Delaware forward, from our research labs at UD to our growing biotech and clean energy sectors. In Congress, I'm working to strengthen the foundation you're building by investing in STEM education, expanding apprenticeship and workforce training, and supporting the federal research partnerships that bring STEM innovation and resources home to Delaware. Because investment in our educators is an investment in our youth, our economy, our communities, and our shared future. Thank you for doing what only a few can, inspiring the next generation of thinkers and problem solvers. The impact of your work stretches far beyond what could ever be captured in an award. It's a living impact, one that can be seen in every obstacle overcome by your students, in every grade improved, and in every life forever changed in your classrooms. I'm so proud to represent a state that believes in science and innovation, in the ability of students to achieve, and believes in you. Congratulations to all of tonight's honorees, and thank you for helping to make Delaware a state of innovators.
Good evening. I'm Randy Gushel, the Executive Director of the Delaware Foundation for Science and Math Education, and I have the honor of introducing the John Mannon STEAM Team Education Award winner. The John Mannon STEAM Team Award builds on what all these great educators can do, but when you put a team of them together, working as a team, cross disciplines, and throw in the A for art, agriculture, whatever, you have something else. So this award was created by an anonymous donor to recognize that team collaboration creates unique opportunities for students that is in addition to what they get from the great educators. So we're recognizing the opportunity and the team that does this, and there's many more involved. There is a cash award for the team to continue their projects in their school and how they do it. But we really recognize how they're making the students more competitive by working in a team way. So with that, I'd like to recognize MOT Charter for their 2025 John Mannon STEAM Education Award. Would you please come up?
Thank you. It's a privilege for me to speak up here today in behalf of MOT Charter and our team. We couldn't do this without the support of our administration team, the teachers at our school that allow us to pull our students to do different things and support us and give them support in their lessons for what we're trying to do at MOT Charter. Without the hard work of the students, the students really put the trust into what we're teaching them, what we're saying to them, and taking that and turning it into their own knowledge so that we can build them into their future. So I really appreciate being up here and receiving this award, and we thank you very much, all of you. Thanks.
A multidisciplinary team at MOT Charter High School in Middletown, Delaware, has developed the Career and College STEM-Ready Capstone program. This initiative allows student teams to complete a STEM project aligned with their intended college major and career interest. The capstone team consists of experienced instructors: Roger Seedorf from engineering, Brian Hurd from engineering and technology, Dr. John Scally from science and chemistry, and Thomas Becker from mathematics. As they work on their project, teams apply engineering and STEM competencies identified by employers, college faculty, and alumni. The program partners with over 30 organizations. These include colleges such as the University of Delaware, Arizona State, and Penn State, professional associations such as the American Society of Naval Engineers and the International Technology and Engineering Education Association, and private or public organizations such as the Delaware City Refinery and NASA. These partners provide project mentors, guest speakers, project evaluators, and members of the Career Review Board. Operating in a simulated company format, student teams select from more than 50 vetted STEAM projects and work under a structured hierarchy. Each project is vetted annually by the Career Review Board, which includes industry professionals, college professors, instructors, alumni, and administrators. Projects emphasize academic, technical, and professional skills, including communication, teamwork, and critical thinking. Alumni working in industry act as subject matter experts to the team to ensure integration of relevant skills. Students may choose between a mini capstone or a year-long capstone, both culminating in presentations before a panel of STEM professionals. Deliverables include team and individual portfolios, marketing videos, technical papers, resumes, and engineering notebooks. To enhance workforce readiness, students earn industry certifications in areas such as computer-aided design, artificial intelligence, and project management. The program also provides training in essential soft skills, such as team dynamics, conflict management, communication, project management, and ethics, through mini-courses and proficiency assessments. Projects integrate science, technology, engineering, and math, and the arts. Examples include aerospace engineering projects and staged design initiatives, which incorporate principles from engineering, mathematics, and physics. The program has been presented at national conferences and has attracted interest from high schools across the country.
It is now my honor to welcome a video address from the Secretary of Education, Cindy Martin, a visionary leader with over 35 years of experience in teaching and educational leadership. And she comes from the U.S. Department of Education, where she led a lot of national efforts which we knew about to shape policy and instructional frameworks that elevate STEM learning and equity across the country. As part of her deep commitment to leadership development, creating conditions where educators thrive, Cindy created the national program, You Belong in STEM. And I know about that, and I'm so honored to see her come to Delaware. And it's a great program. This initiative, like others, helps ensure every student can reach their full potential. Please join me in watching the video. I know Cindy really wishes she could be here.
Hello everyone, I'm Cindy Martin, Delaware Secretary of Education, and I'm so glad to join you, even if it's virtual, to celebrate tonight's Delaware STEM Educator Awards. I wish I could be there in person to thank you and to feel the energy in the room, because this event is truly one of the highlights of the year. It's a celebration of the teachers, leaders, and all of the partners who make STEM come alive for Delaware students, who turn curiosity into discovery and possibility into purpose. Tonight isn't just an award ceremony. It's a love letter to public education in Delaware and to every teacher, mentor, and partner who has helped our students see themselves in new ways. So before we begin, I want to offer a special thank you to the event organizers, the Delaware Foundation for Science and Mathematics Education, and all of the volunteers who brought this night to life, the quiet magic makers who make everything flow. I speak to you today not only as Delaware Secretary of Education, but as a teacher, always a teacher, as a daughter, a sister, a mother, a widow, and a public servant, and a believer in the extraordinary power that's unleashed when a child meets a great teacher. Because when a student walks through the door and meets the one who truly sees them, their brilliance, their potential, their possibility, everything can change. A great teacher isn't just an educator. A great teacher is a co-conspirator in making dreams come alive. That's what we're celebrating tonight. To the honorees, you are the heartbeat of this work. They say not all heroes wear capes. Ours wear lanyards, sensible shoes, and a whole lot of love. Whether in classrooms or hallways, cafeterias, boardrooms, you show up. You lead, and you believe. And because of you, Delaware students are turning curiosity into discovery and possibility into purpose. Our state's greatest strength is in our collaboration. Across Delaware, schools, employers, and community partners are working together to make STEM real and to make it relevant. From the Delaware Math Coalition and DFSME to the University of Delaware School Success Center to statewide efforts like Delaware Pathways, we are connecting what students learn in classrooms to the real world, to sustainability, climate resilience, and the green economy of the future. And we see incredible examples of leadership, like the Math Marigolds, a team of 5 educators who started mentoring 10 students interested in math education. Today, that network includes more than 30 teachers, mentoring over 80 future math educators across Delaware. That's the power of inspiration turning into action. As we look ahead, our next big opportunity is to connect inspiration to access, making sure every student who finds their passion for STEM has a clear path to pursue it. That means expanding early hands-on STEM experiences, especially for our girls. It means strengthening pathways from high school to college through programs like SEED and Inspire. And it means giving our teachers opportunities like externships so they can bring real-world innovation back into their classrooms. Because when education, industry, and community all work together, Delaware students don't just study STEM, they shape it. So tonight, as you celebrate, please take a moment to breathe it in, the heartbeat of this state. It's the sound of commitment, of love, and of purpose. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for leading with courage. And thank you for believing without wavering in the brilliance of every child. Congratulations to this year's honorees, and keep dreaming big.
How's that for a perfect summary of the STEM ecosystem in Delaware? She's really seeing what's here and helping us a lot. I now have to transition to another former teacher. It's called Governor Matt Meyer. And his video, he also could not be here, but he wants to express his message. And if he was here, I'm sure he'd mention he was a math teacher at some point. But
good evening, everyone. I'm Delaware Governor Matt Meyer. It's an honor to join you virtually tonight as we celebrate the educators, innovators, and students who are shaping Delaware's future in science, technology, and innovation. I'm a former math teacher, and I've seen how curiosity can change lives. One great teacher, one experiment, or one breakthrough moment can open a student's eyes to new possibilities. That spark of curiosity is what drives innovation all around the world, and it keeps Delaware moving forward. That's why the work you're doing is so important. You are inspiring young people to explore, to ask questions, and to see themselves as problem solvers. We're proud to support that mission through programs that help grow and retain top talent, like the STEM Talent Advancement and Retention, or STAR Fund, which helps companies expand, create good jobs, and strengthen Delaware's innovation economy. To all of tonight's honorees, congratulations on your achievements, and to the educators, mentors, and organizations who make this work possible. Thank you for inspiring the next generation of thinkers and doers. Congratulations again to all of tonight's winners, and enjoy the celebration.
Thank you, Governor, and thank you, Randy Grishel, for your remarks, and to all of the winners for tonight. What an evening. Congratulations to all of tonight's winners. We had no idea when we started the STEM Educator Awards back in 2014, along with Ashland and DuPont, that we'd have such an ongoing, successful 11-year run so far, and with such a promising future. I want to thank all of the various businesses, organizations, and partners that made tonight possible. In addition to the award monies distributed tonight, Each of the winners of the 11th awards will receive complimentary park passes to all of the state recreational centers through DENREC. I'll send that out to everyone later. If you are an educator thinking of applying to the Delaware STEM Educator Awards for a future year, please visit the delawarestem.org website to find out more and to apply. We have launched the first of this two-part application for the 12th awards now. They are available online. A special thank you and congratulations to all of tonight's winners: Maria Cobb, Eric Krause, Nicole Carroll, Michelle Thomas, Matthew Picarella, Danielle Bledsoe at Kai Coders, and Rob Epps from Junior Achievement, as well as the Mannon Award winners from MOT Charter High School. For all of us here at Buena Vista, thank you for watching, and we look forward to hosting you at the next running of the Delaware STEM Educator Awards. Until then, have a great evening. And for those in the room, there's a reception down the hall, don't forget. All right, thank you very much.